Today, let's find out everything that's wrong with my 1992 Jeep Wrangler YJ. And yes, there's a lot of stuff wrong with this thing. So you might remember that I got this Jeep for free. Yes, I got this awesome YJ for free, but as I found out, it's not quite that awesome. There's quite a few things wrong with this thing, but I can't complain. It was free. I've had this vehicle for about a year. I haven't done a whole lot with it, which is sad. I did put new tires on it a couple months ago, and I haven't really driven it all that much, so I need to make some progress with this vehicle. And today, I'm here at Sean's Auto Care, and Sean's back there getting ready to show me everything that's wrong with it today. I'm kind of not really looking forward to it because it's probably going to be a huge bill. It's probably going to cost me a lot to fix this thing up, but I think it's worth it. The YJ is actually kind of underrated. It's really capable. I know a lot of people don't like it because of the square headlights, but I think that's what makes it cool. I'm a big fan of the cars from the 80s and 90s, and this Jeep is no exception. So today, let's figure out what's wrong with this and how much it's gonna cost me to get this thing fixed. So the first thing about this vehicle, ignition's a little funky. So I put a T on the key so you know that that is the top of the key because it only works one way. And even once you get the key in there, it's very difficult to turn. Oh, you actually got it. There we go. Is it dead?
No, it's just hard to turn.
Okay. It's not dead. That's good. All right, so this is Sean from Sean's Auto Care. How's it going today?
Hey, I'm doing really well, Ethan. Thank you.
Well, Sean's taking care of a bunch of my cars for me, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say about my Jeep.
Yeah,
so
this is an old beast.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of stuff wrong with it. You found even more things than I knew about. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you found?
Okay, so being a 92, you know, all the bushings are really shot in the steering. You can see here the sway bar link right here. This bushing is completely shot.
Do you think those were original? Maybe.
I mean, they could be original for
Yeah.
sure. They don't look like they've been replaced, but who knows? Your ball joints, your upper, your lower ball joints, they look pretty good. It looks like the U-joints in here, they look decent. They don't look old or kind of like that rustic look.
Sure.
So they could have been replaced, you know, recently. They look lubricated and everything. See how like this is all nice and clean in here? It looks like it's been serviced in here.
Okay.
Because it's super clean. And
Yeah, anything else that looked like egregiously bad up here?
I change out, you know, pretty much all these bushings as well, just because they're all cracking and, you know, you want a safe ride, so.
Yeah.
So this is a trailing arm right here, so I would definitely recommend replacing it. Again, you can see just all the bushings just deteriorating.
That arm will come with the bushings pressed in?
Yeah,
usually?
most likely they come with the bushing. It's all one unit. You could probably buy the bushings separately, push the bushings out,
Sure.
but it's just a pain.
Yeah,
just
it's
takes
probably
longer.
cheaper to just buy the arm.
It is, because then you're paying for like labor of pushing it out and pushing a new one in, and the old radiator has a leak.
That looks like a pretty significant leak, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. That looks like it's just rusting from the inside out. Sometimes the clamp's not on and it's leaking coolant, and over time it's just going to create that crusty look. The good thing about these radiators is that they can be rebuilt because it's all aluminum.
So you did that with my Stanza. You guys had my radiator rebuilt on the Stanza.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that was the same thing. It was actually completely metal. So new ones have like plastic end caps on them?
Yeah, they have plastic end caps.
So as you move like on the way back through the vehicle, have you seen anything else under here that looks, I mean, obviously I see leaks.
Oh yeah, you got some leaks. You know, the oil filter is leaking. So the way that you do leaks, or you check for leaks, is you always start from the top because, you know, leaks, they drain down. So for sure, I know for sure like your valve cover's leaking. We can look at that later.
Yeah.
But your transmission, I mean, there's just so much going on with your transmission. It's leaking everywhere. Who knows from exactly where.
Yeah, it's just coated with oil.
Yeah, it could be like the all-wheel drive unit, because right here you have like the transmission, and then back here you have the all-wheel drive unit. So this drive line right here,
yeah,
you can see how it has all this dirt and hair and just accumulated all over it. For me, that's a sign of either something leaking, or it just could be from like the oil pan dripping down on it and accumulating. But
that is pretty crusty right there.
Yeah.
And it's funny, underneath, I haven't been underneath this vehicle yet. It doesn't look as bad as some of the other vehicles that I've brought to you.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't. When you brought this thing in, I was like, oh man, what did he buy? You know, but it's actually pretty decent, in pretty decent shape. You got some little critters up there. And
Oh, yeah.
always coming with you.
Yep.
So,
Little black widows, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, and a cat was living in here for a while, so
Oh,
that's why there's
okay.
cat hair inside.
oh,
so.
gotcha. Looks like the fuel filter could have been replaced not too long ago. It's kind of, you know, clean and it starts right up. You know, that's the surprising part about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how many miles are on this, but
Yeah, I don't know if the odometer's correct.
yeah, you can see these bushings are also cracked. Oh, that's the thing with older vehicles. A lot of the bushings, because they sit and they don't get used and just the heat, they just wear out over time. So you can see right here in the cracks. You can see here the leaf spring bushings, they're all shot.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to replace the leaf spring bushings. It looks like that your rear pinion seal could be leaking or was leaking at one time.
Okay.
And it just kind of dried up. But it's right here. This seal kind of seals the differential fluid from coming out when
Yeah.
when this spins. And that's the thing with older vehicles. It's usually seals and bushings that kind of go out.
Yep.
You have, what is this, 19 here?
That's a 19.
Yeah, you have 19 here. You have 18 here.
Yeah, you might remember from my previous video when I realized that this vehicle had 2 different lug nut sizes, which makes this quite annoying.
You know, if I was wanting to steal these wheels, because it has so many different size wheel lug nuts, I'd give up.
Yeah.
Because I probably wouldn't brought the right one.
Yeah.
So this is actually a deterrent.
Theft prevention.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got lots of surface rust.
Yeah, a lot of surface rust and then a lot of scoring as well. And if you feel it, take your finger over it.
Oh wow, that's like significant.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Yeah.
Could be caused by just the pad is just, you know, worn out. It looks like the pad is not in terrible shape. It could also be that they're not resurfacing rotors when you are changing their brakes. So over time, the brake pad is not sitting flush with the rotor, and
So what would your recommendation here be?
definitely pads and rotors, and that would lubricate everything in here. You know, lubricate all your pins and everything that's kind of movable, that moves back and forth whenever you compress, when a piston or a caliper compresses.
Sure.
So maybe even take off some of the surface rust, just so that the pad can move easily.
So we're planning on taking a little look at some of the fluid in here, right?
Yeah, so we want to see what the differential.
Of course, I'll film you not being able to get it open.
I'm telling you, I'm stronger than this. But all right, let's see what comes out.
Hopefully something comes out. It's
Or-
not just
or
empty.
nothing.
That would be bad.
Oh, look,
It actually looks,
it looks really good.
wow, that's amazing. I'm surprised it's not completely like black.
Yeah,
That looks like that was recently changed.
it does actually. It looks like it was recently changed. So that
Let's leave it in there.
I would say that's a really good fluid.
That's surprising. Wow. Okay. That's good to know. Okay.
It's a little black.
Yeah, it's a little black. Needs an oil change.
For sure.
That's not surprising.
Not bad either.
Not bad? Okay.
It's a little low, so it should drain out like the first one did.
Yeah.
So I would definitely.
Just top it off.
It looks pretty decent.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm always happy about some good news about any of my vehicles, so that's nice. Now, I think the coolest part about this vehicle is the horn. Have you tried the horn yet?
Actually, no, I haven't.
I think you should. I think you should try the horn.
All right.
Yep. So, I mean, the first thing that I see is that right there. I mean,
Oh yeah, so that's more of your radiator. It's rusting here. So this is also caused by having like just water in your system and not like a mix of coolant and water. So this is probably was just at one point maybe just water. Let's see.
And I think it's just rust in there.
Oh
Just
yeah.
filled with rust.
Yeah, you can actually see it's just water.
The valve cover is completely coated.
It is. It has been leaking for a while. You know, I think this had AC at one time. You have a bracket right here. So you have the alternator, you have a pulley, and then this is power steering. And this looks like it could be for maybe AC at one time.
Well, and then that's the heater core lines, right?
Yeah, so that's the heater core that's not hooked up at all. So, and you have a connector here, so this could be, right, like a connector for the AC system.
So no heat, no air conditioning, but it is a Jeep with a canvas top, so it doesn't really matter that much. But
Yeah, the belts look pretty good actually.
Okay.
A little cracking just from wear and tear. Overall, it's not horrible. I've seen a lot worse.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Looks
Okay.
kind of new.
Newish.
So,
Okay, that's good news.
yeah. Hey, that's a plus.
Yes.
Like I said, and like we've seen is like this Jeep is not in horrible shape.
Yep.
You know, a little bit of TLC and fix the radiator, fix the leaks. Here, let's see what the brake fluid looks like, and then we can also test it.
So you're gonna basically test for water?
Yes, so brake fluid is hydroscopic, meaning it attracts water over time. And so, you know, you buy this tool, you can buy them on like Amazon, and it just basically just detects moisture content. So you turn it on, and you put it in there, and it looks like there's a lot of moisture content in it. So I would definitely say that it needs a brake flush as well.
Okay. So brake fluid, that's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it does look like. Doesn't look great.
You can see there's dirt in there.
Yeah.
And discoloration as well. Let's see, power steering.
Yeah, that's also a little dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull out a spark plug? And
It'd be interesting to see if the...
oh wow, these are like finger tight.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
It's not even tight at all. Like,
That might cause some issues.
yeah, there's definitely some oil on it and some dirt. Not sure how dirt got in there, but
Maybe because it was finger tight.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. You can see there's a little scoring here,
Mm-hmm.
like on the edges. I'd probably just put new plugs in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty filthy.
Yeah, it's really dirty. Oh man, you can see inside in there. There's definitely some blow by, so I definitely would recommend cleaning all that out.
Okay.
It would just make the Jeep run a lot better.
And what do you think is causing that? You think it's the blow by in the engine, basically just seals inside the engine that are causing
Yeah, I
it?
would say definitely blow by. It could also be caused by, you know, this PCV valve is not working correctly. So you have all these like kind of breather tubes,
Yep.
you know, and if you kind of feel in here, like I'm just,
Oh, it's wet.
it's wet, it's oily, so you kind of have like oil coming through here,
Got
going
it.
down inside, and that's where, you know, you have some wetness right there,
Yep.
and then you have wetness, oil residue on the other side as well. So.
Okay. So what would be the recommendation for that new PCV valve and
Yeah.
clean the throttle body?
Yeah, clean the throttle body, probably even the intake manifold as well, and then you know, clean out the air box.
Okay.
New PCV valve,
That was
because a
eye-opening.
PCV valve is like a check valve. It only flows one direction.
Yeah.
But when they're not working correctly, they basically flow in every direction.
Yeah. All right, Sean, well, I really appreciate your time today showing me what's wrong with this Jeep. Mostly good news, a little bit of bad news, but I think this is all kind of stuff that I sort of anticipated. There wasn't anything here that I was caught off guard by, so that's good.
More good news than bad news. It's just really maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I think you definitely scored on this truck.
So I'm super excited. My Jeep YJ is not as bad as I thought it was. Well, I guess we haven't even talked about the interior yet, so that's a whole nother story. But at least mechanically, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I'm really looking forward to getting this thing fixed. It's a capable machine. Looking forward to taking it off-roading And eventually, once I'm done having fun with it, I'm going to sell it and donate all the profits to charity. So I'm looking forward to helping out a charity as well. So thanks so much for watching. I'll have more updates on this Jeep coming soon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider buying a Halo Road t-shirt like the one I'm wearing right now at helloroad.tv/shop. Please subscribe if you like these videos. Hit that bell icon if you want to see more. I hope you're well. See you soon.